in the country we have about 52 districts health districts in the country. And Kosi, I wanted to tell Kosi something. We've realized that one district, which is, do you know it?
Yes.
Dr. RSM in Northwest is number 22 in the country. That tells us something. RSM does not have partners. RSM, but these building blocks, RSM, now that tells me that if RSM can do it, what is your problem? Why can't we do it? Dr. KK, whatever. Fine, sharp. Why can't we do it? If you get what I'm trying to say. So, it's quite important that we recognize other districts are also coming. And I'm hoping through the nature of how we are talking, how we are celebrating, how we are working, will be motivated as other districts to be able to go to do better. Okay? There should be a facility improvement plans as we were doing before, facility improvement plans. I'm not doing well in this area. I'm not doing well in data management. I'm not doing well with clinical governance. What is it that I need to do to make sure that I've make raisins and tellers and hey, report? What is it that I'm able to do? The report that how your figures are not gelling. All those things, we need to make sure that what is it that we can do better so that at facility level, you have all your plans that you make sure that we improve and we meet our 1990 targets. Stakeholder coordination, critical. I also want to Oramu, which I have seen that really, Oramu is really helping us. Can we really recognize Oramu to make sure that not only the district, the province, and as well as the country, they're also contributing to the 2 million, additional 2 million that we need by supporting us to make sure that we meet our targets. Right, we're talking about the Welcome Back campaign. I've already talked to that. Finding people who are HIV positive. As we know, in our first bar, people who are tested, countrywide, everywhere is green. Am I right, Sabine?
Yes, ma'am.
Countrywide, everywhere is green, so we are doing well on that. But when it comes to the second bar, so we need to find people that could be relevant so that we can meet and initiate as many people as possible. And hence we are saying, let's go find the men, let's go find the adolescents, and let's go and find particularly women of reproductive age, and make sure that we test the right people so that we can get the right people on treatment as we strive for undetectable and making sure that we do. Data management, I'm going to skip this one. I'm going to skip this one. Okay, fine. So we need to align our interventions to the ministerial priorities according to the 10-point plan. There's no point in us planning this way where nobody signed up here another route. Otherwise, as a country, we will not meet what we need to do. We need to set interventions and we need to identify front runners, as I have already said. I'm not going to tell where the others are. Otherwise, we're not number 22 for now. But all of us have got to push head to shoulder to make sure that we really fine. I'm going to skip this one because some of these things we've already seen, to be honest with you. Now, as we are doing all these things, we need to make sure that we prioritize interventions between August and October 2019. Developing intervention package for HIV case finding, HIV and TB case finding. We are running, we are lagging behind without HIV, without TB, and TB people are not very happy with us. So help us to make sure at national level we are already setting their cascades, their targets, so that we can also start tracking them. Because to be honest with you, HIV and TB, they are cousins. You can't separate the two. Then we need to have sure that there's prevention and treatment for men and prevention and treatment for youth and adolescents. And make sure that we have the Welcome Back campaign and make sure that the facilities, there's develop a facility incentive scheme. Now, for me, what I'm seeing here with ORAM, identifying on a weekly basis good performing facilities, also improving those facilities that are improving. Those weekly meetings are for a reason. And I'm hoping that as we continue on this trajectory, because remember, we are not going to stop until 2030, to be honest, 2030. But we have put ourselves to say by December 2020, we should be seeing Muaskara Wela Guy. As a country, we should be knowing by December 2020 whether this thing will ever reach it or we're not going to reach it. And I'm hoping that the incentives, the energy, they say, how will you know that people have embraced what you are doing? Is that the way they can be able to sing about Phuthuma, they can be able to rock about Phuthuma. Now I'm happy to say that as national, the province has really embraced Phuthuma in all respects. And I really want to congratulate Mayor Grace Tsele and the team for really having embraced it, because I can confirm that nowhere in the country do we see this. Nowhere in the country. Thank you very much, and I'm hoping we are still going to continue to. Thank you.
There is a race that I must run. There is to be won. I live in power every hour. Oh, there is a race that I must run. There is victory to be won. Give me power every hour. In the mood of singing. Langa lele coldy, we sing a Phuthuma yaro. There is a race, there is a race, there I must run. Oh, there are victories to be won. Give me power every hour. Oh, there is a race, there is a race, there I must run. There are victories to be won. Give me power every hour to be true. Thank you very much. If you are tired, you are in trouble. Because we are in a Phuthuma mood. We are in an athletic mood. Really runners. Actually, we are 4 runners already. Thank you very much, Memo Khadi, for giving us a background of why. Where's my laptop? I want you to put up that 1990 slide progress when we started and where we are now. Colleagues, we normally say it's not just about numbers, it's about a life of a person. This project goes with compassion and passion. When we walk around, we'll arrive there, but we want to have a posture of a Phuthuma person. That when I walk around town and I see somebody, I should be able to say, do you know your status? Have you tested? We are offering free tests at our facilities. When you go about and you see a person who's kind of not well, you ask, are you okay? You don't seem to be okay. Have you visited the clinic or whatever? You understand, colleagues? Yes. That's been a Phuthuma. We want to reach a stage where in your own church, you are afforded a slot to talk about Phuthuma. In your own, to your own, Kuri society, Ronabo remember the society, Barragan swipe, and the like. I get back at football clubs, at all those forums. And we will not mind if you wear this t-shirt anyway in those platforms. What are you going to talk about it? Because the welfare of our own is in our hearts, and it settles so well. I get back. Yeah, in that way, we are also driving this train in the right direction. I want you to look at this slide just to show you that things are happening, right? Even if you don't see the numbers, if you look at this graph, the histogram on the left, ne? The first, you see the red line? Do you see the red line? That line says this is where you are supposed to be, right? And then, for now. Side by side. Oh, side by side. Where is that now? Yeah. So if you look at this and this, ne? Like Mama Khadi said, the estimates keeps on changing. Right, in 2015, people who were supposed to know their status for us was about 429,748. Like one again. And because of these continuous surveys that are done, they saw it fit. They didn't tell me how, but they saw it fit to increase our target to this 505,843 by 2020, meaning December next year, right? So, for now, we are here. Ahara touch the line with people knowing their status. Kerahore against the revised target, by the way. Is it not encouraging? Can you give yourself a hot slap? Hot. It's a man, just hot. Yes. Majaka name one. Pasela. Ushi. Right one again. Now, this whole lot of people here who know their status must be put on treatment. So, this bar should be touching the line. Should touch this line. Right one again. In other words, remember, we tested so many people even previously. And because of the determination of who should be put on treatment by then, your viral load had to be somewhere, you had to be this way. You remember? So we lost them. Again, now with test and treat, they have to come back. They have to come back. Let me tell you, I was telling National yesterday, no, day before yesterday, that in some facilities, we see close to 20 per week of patients who are brought back to care. Again, it's not only those that we could not put them on treatment because of the criteria then and our loss to follow up. Again, so they are coming back. They are coming back, and I hope that when we meet next time, born, so nyana se, ko nyana mo, kotla khola kotla. This thing doesn't have a choice, but shall, because there's a race that we are running. And the victories. This thing. We have to reach the touchline. Okay? And as they come back, we are going to manage them so well. As they come for follow-up treatment, we shall manage them so well because we want them to suppress. We are not going to be ignorant. You know, in those days, you remember, I guess that we did, we are not going to do the same. That when you see somebody deteriorating or changing in any way, you won't go ahead. Again, we're not going to do it anymore. Ne? So, Mare, how shall back up by 2015? One hour of home, more, actually, this thing has doubled. Wabon, it has doubled. So it must also equally grow up. Again, yes. Wabana, we were here. Separation for those nearly 82%, which made us unhappy. You know why? Because a few were done viral load. It was just a handful. For now, it's a significant number of those done viral load. And we are at 78% viral suppression. But when I look around this room, I see the eyes that are saying, we shall make it. We shall make it. With support. What we were saying even yesterday from the day before was that we want civil society to be hands-on with us. We are incomplete here. They are not here. In the next meeting, they shall be here. We are disadvantaged by non-functional PCA because then you can get these organized groupings easily. I get our key pops and the like. But at facility level, governance is taking part. I get At facility, we are encouraging the governance to be part. Because in that governance, you've got youth representatives, and all other groupings are represented. We're looking forward to have them here in our provincial health center. And facilities have committed to bring more. Again, and at the district level, as managers have committed to invite and get more. So for me, there's significant progress with this Phuthuma. I can like one colleagues. Can you give yourself another quality clap? Pasela, for operational managers? Good. So, thank you very much. In this program, there are other, I would call them programs, they are going to stay with us forever, that we are implementing. Your index testing, yesterday we were looking at progress and we were happy. I get it? That's right. We are implementing index testing. Colleagues, for those who don't know what index testing is that if I test positive, you go and trace all my contacts. I give you the name of my boyfriend, or partner, or husband, or boyfriends, or girlfriends, children, everybody. I get it? Yes. This is what is happening, and they are tested, they are followed up. For it's working so well. So far, the districts didn't report any negative thing. Next, right? We are also implementing self-testing. You read about this thing in the newspapers and everywhere in the media you heard about it. It's happening in our province, in 12 facilities. The index is happening in 100 facilities, and then the self-test in 12. RSN with 7, and then the rest with, yes. No, 5. Each has got 5, ne? Each district. Marlo never will have more. Yes. So, self-testing is that we give test kits to people to test them. We teach them how to do it, and we tell them how to respond to the results. In the next DMC meeting, I will be issuing the same to senior managers for self-testing. Colleagues, yesterday we were saying here that we are part of this population group. This 505 includes us here as the population of Northwest. This is not for them, it's for all of us. If we haven't tested, we owe the system. We actually owe ourselves good knowledge of our health. And we are denying ourselves an opportunity should things not be so good. Treatment. I get a yes. I always tell people it's so stupid for anybody to wait until you waste so that everybody are born. Why do you want to be a celebrity of so bad things? Why do you want people why should people gossip about you? Why do you wait for that? Do it when you are still strong. Isn't it? Viral load 200, 500, and immediately you get enrolled. Block negative progress of your well-being. You understand? Yes. In Phuthuma, we are saying it begins with me. Yes. It starts with me. Then it can go to the next person. On that note, I'm going to welcome Mr. How are you saying Neil? I'm going to welcome Neil to come and not teach us about singing. We don't need a lesson. We need a touch on the background because we already have shared, and then give us progress because we are implementing. Who's going to present CCMDT? O'Shea. Where is that lady? Marianne. Linda. Oh, Linda will present. Not Linda, man. The lady who was DSV. The DSV lady. Came on, that lady from, is she from Oram or HST? Huh? HST. Can I get her, Louisa. Where is she? But we've got we have a presentation. I'm sure you will take us through. For now, we're going to give to Neil to give us a presentation on singing. Neil, we want to know how we are doing. Some don't know it, you can touch on it, but we're interested in seeing whether it works or it doesn't work. Thank you. Let's give him a quality clap.
Morning, everyone.
Morning. I'm very tall.
All right, so while they're setting up, it's wonderful to see the spirit in this room and how everyone is engaging. Trust me, it's not the same in everybody. So I'm just very sad that dancing is such an important part because, as you know, white men can't dance. All right, so let's start very quickly. As you all know, CDC is funding our SYNC project. So for those who don't know yet, SYNC stands for Synchronized National Communications in Health. All it means is that it's a centralized system where data is shared so that we can all see it. So, in Bojanala, We started in the beginning of August. It's going so well that it sometimes makes me a little nervous, but we had stumbling blocks. So when we started the project in the previous meeting, we identified that there were some extra things that we could actually do while we were implementing the Sync project. So what we are also doing is we're doing a PC audit, so that the department can see what computers are in which facilities in Bojangala, and probably do their planning better as well. Then, something that we all always worried about is sustainability. So up to this moment, from yesterday, we loaded data for all the facilities to connect to Sync up until March of 2022. All right, so we're looking into the future. Then we did an assessment of which facilities work best on which network. So all the facilities, we found Vodacom is best, but I've got a little something about Vodacom later where you'll see that they're not little angels. Those are the number of computers that we procured. We used 164 of the HPRS machines that we found in the facilities that weren't being used. We've installed routers to all facilities, at least one. So that means that every facility, as long as there's electricity, will be connected to the internet and Sync will work. Then every facility got a signature pad so that we can register new prescribers and make sure that everything on the system, remember you have to be an authorized prescriber on the system, not just anyone can prescribe on Sync. And then the last thing that's still coming is we're getting uninterruptible power supplies, so that if the power does go down, at least you're not sitting with a patient, power down, what do you do now? So that is being installed over the next month or so. Alright, so my Vodacom. So I'll show you the graph now, how this affected our performance. What happened on the 5th of September is we were transitioning, moving all the SIM cards that we bought for the facilities were on a prepaid system. But on the prepaid system, it's open, and you know, everyone gets into a situation where they just want to quickly watch a video on YouTube, and the next moment your facility's data is gone. So what we've done is we've moved all the SIM cards over to contracts, also to match the data that we've procured. And on the contract, we can actually open up certain websites. So just the Sync website is opened up, you know, just to prevent people from being led into temptation by all the information on the internet. Then another thing, on the same day, on the 5th of September, there was an interface problem between DSV and Sync. What happened is that DSV's system got stuck and it kept on sending data into Sync, but it's been fixed. So, but it did affect our performance a little. I'll show you guys now. Then, as I say, it's not all just challenges, so I don't think it's all challenges. Then yesterday, day before yesterday, what happened? We've been working very hard in Bojangala. The adherence clubs that didn't have patients in them or only had 1 or 2 patients, we're not enrolling them. We're only taking the fully functional adherence clubs and loading them onto Sync. So it's a big project, we're in a big process, sorting out all the adherence clubs and not taking the ones that are not really working, that are not functional. And then DSV decided they wanted to push their old, let's just say it wasn't really good adherence club information, and they pushed all of that over all the hard work we've done with making sure that what we put on the system was actually the right adherence club. So they pushed all the garbage data over the new data, and there were a lot of phone calls going back and forth, but we rolled it back. So at the moment, the adherence clubs that are on Sync are the ones that we're actually using. Then we found a couple of issues. Some facilities didn't really have power outlets close to where the prescriber would sit in the CCMDD room. So we purchased extension cords where it was necessary. And then there are 2 facilities that don't have electricity at all. So we got laptops for them. It will be delivered next week. So there's still 2 facilities who are not online yet, but they will be next week. All right. So, let me see where the laser in this thing. I'm getting old. I can't see anything without my glasses, people. That was it. Okay.
The red button.
The red button.
Yeah.
Oh, you want the
Yeah.
Thanks, Louis. All right. So as you can see, 5th of August, we monitor Sync every morning before I start work. I go and check what's going on with Sync, how are the numbers from the previous day. So there, I had nearly a heart attack because I saw it was dropping. We were averaging about 800 scripts per day coming in, and then suddenly dropped to 357. So after my heart attack, I got onto my team. That was on a Thursday. And then we started work. We got the team together Friday morning. We sorted it out. This was when the Vodacom dropped us. So we got all the facilities back online. A lot of hard work from my team. The Monday was there. So that was the work we did on the Monday. We caught up on the Monday. So the guys were working overtime. We caught up what we lost on the previous Thursday and Friday. As you can see, currently it's stabilizing. That little dip, that was caused by the DSV adherence clubs being pushed back, and now we didn't know what was going on. So we said to the team, please just wait a little bit, don't enroll anyone to adherence clubs, because the adherence clubs on the system now are not right. So we lost a little bit, but as you can see, we are catching it up again. So the question that we actually want to answer, the final question, is where are we now? Are we getting there? Our target is 31,000 patients enrolled on Sync by the end of September. So even with all the fun and games that we had with the project, that is where we are now. So if we look at our line there, by 29-30 September, we will reach our target. I've got the fullest confidence in my team. The guys have been really working hard. We've got an amazing group of people. So just remember, this is not Aurum. This is not the guys implementing. These prescriptions are captured by the staff. So this performance is our staff in Borjanala, the prescribers, doing a great job. And for that, I think they deserve a big round of applause. Thank you very much, and have a wonderful rest of the meeting.
Did you explain what Sync is? Yes.
All right. A quick question. For those who are not in Borjanala, everyone has been trained, so we all know what Sync is about. For the other districts, it looks very positive that we will be getting Sync for Dr. KK and for NMM in around March, April next year. So let's hold thumbs for that. So what Sync is all about? It's about 3 things. So consultation room. In the consultation room, there will be a computer that's linked to the internet for the prescriber to capture prescriptions. But it's not just capturing prescriptions in any old way. We do it in the following way. The diagnoses are all there, and every diagnosis is linked to the treatment. So if a prescriber is doing a script, now we must all remember that we're replacing the old CCMDD paper scripts. Is there anyone in the room that thinks that was working well? Please raise your hand. I don't think anyone. All right, not working well. Plus remember, those scripts had to go back to the Western Cape with the driver for DSV to dispense them. So now the script gets to the Western Cape and there's a rejection. Now it must come back all the way back to Northwest. That takes time. Plus sometimes that same script, another rejection to the Western Cape, all the way back. And by then, if the patient goes to collect their medicine, it's too late. DSV didn't have time. So the parcel isn't there. So the patient would, you know how people are, they would spread the word. All right, so CCMDD isn't working, my parcel wasn't there. All right, so Sync is taking away all of that effort with getting the scripts to the Western Cape and bringing it back. Plus, Because when we diagnose, if you, for instance, select hypertension as your diagnosis, it draws in all 5 or 6 medicines. Say it's hypertension step 5. There's 5 medicines on there. You don't have to enter them one by one. The system takes 5 medicines, populates it, plus the regimen, how you must take it. So by selecting hypertension, click, you've got your full treatment plan right there. You just select diagnosis and you submit your prescription. What that also means is because we are working on the diagnosis plus the EDL treatment assigned to it, there's very little chance of making a mistake and getting a rejected prescription. Alright, so we don't have a lot of data yet. So far, we've had about 7 or 8 rejected prescriptions out of more than 20,000. But we're still streamlining the system. In KZN, but I don't want to really say that, but they've done a little better. So out of 700,000 scripts that they have done on their system in KZN, they only had 7 rejections. So if we think of our current rejection rate, which is sometimes as high as 20–25%. All right, now you must think in the terms of patients. Each of that 25%, how many patients are being disappointed by that when they don't get their medicine on time? So, no more rejected prescriptions. Can I get a clap for that? No more rejected scripts. Thank goodness. All right, so consultation room, prescription is captured. It goes immediately to a central database where DSV draws the information from. They then dispense the prescription. And then the second part is at the collection points where Sync also manages the patient medicine parcels. So, in Sync, at the collection point, remembering that this is also the external picker points. So everyone is linked to Sync. So these prescriptions, you can see which prescriptions are on the way to your facility. So when you log into Sync, you can actually see, I'm expecting these scripts today. It's also very easy in script to issue the parcels and to receive the parcels. When the parcels arrive, to receive it into Sync, all facilities get barcode scanners. So we receive the parcels from DSV, putting them into Sync, you scan them, you just scan, all in the system. And you can see which parcels are in my facility. Then when the patient collects, this is where the barcode scanner is really nice. If the patient has a barcoded ID, to identify the patient, you scan the ID card. This is my patient, is this you? Ask the patient, you confirm, you identify the patient. How much better is that than we currently have? Right, so you identify your patient, you know that the parcel is there, you can see it's there, you go and collect it, take it, scan it out, give it to the patient, no signing, no filling in papers, we've got records, we've got our own clean data, all of it confirmed, we don't have to rely on DSV or anyone else to give us the data for our reports. Right, so that is Sync in a nutshell. Getting the prescriptions into the system, making sure that they're fine, that they're not going to be rejected, making sure that the patient parcels actually can be viewed, we can see when they're coming, we can record when the parcels go out, and that is what Sync is all about. So in Bojanala, we had a few concerns that some of the, like me, BBT, especially the old Magogo prescribers, some of them, but you know, they're on WhatsApp all the time, all of them with their grandkids. So if you can use WhatsApp, you can use Sync. It's really a simple system. One of the things that really we focused on with Sync is the experience of the user. Obviously, if it's our facility staff, we're not putting a system there that's going to make their life difficult, that's hard to use. So it's a simple system, and even these old Magogos are turning around. Once it takes me 5 minutes to capture a patient's prescription, where previously I had to write this whole prescription sheet and I sat there for 15 minutes. Plus, the nice thing with Sync, when we're talking about the prescribing, it's really quick to put in a new prescription. But now I want to demonstrate this, nobody's allowed to laugh. So this is what it will look like on a rescript. When a patient comes for their follow-up prescription. You ask for the ID, thank you very much. You scan the ID. Is this you? Yes. Tick, I got the patient. I can see your previous prescription here. Now, if the prescriber is just going to continue with the previous prescription, you don't have to do it again. You can just select the previous one. You select it, click, it's there, you say, yes, I want to repeat it. Submit. Thank you very much. Prescription done. 30 seconds for a rescript. Alright, this is going to save us a lot of time. Alright, I haven't got time for questions, I suppose. But if you guys have any questions about Sync, please speak to Louis or any one of the people in Bojanala, the Aurum guys. I'll give you my contact details. Call me, send me an email. We'll answer all the questions. Thank you.
I'll keep him for the next 2 minutes. Can you tell them about Box?
Alright. Box is another innovation that's quite exciting. It's a locker system, a locker solution. I have a presentation.
You can show it. Show it, my brother. While he's connecting, give me the mic. Let's give him a quality clap for the first part. Sync is labor reductive. Oh, Jamanat. I agree. In this fourth. Are you part of it? So Sync is solving much of the problems that we are experiencing with CCMDT. Agri colleagues. The issue of prescribers. Let me share this because today we really want to celebrate progress that we are making. We've got our monthly CCMDT meetings, colleagues, of which I started chairing. In Phuthuma, CCMDT is very central to the success of this program because it's going to make patients like to be on treatment because it's convenient for them to access it. I get colleagues. Now, in the previous meeting, we spoke about authorization of prescribers over a period of time. And for all we know is that 1st of April, all of them should be authorized, isn't it? But at the meeting, we took notice that by then, only Bojana had over 80% prescribers authorized at that point in time. That was how many weeks ago, Shay? Is it 2 or 3 weeks in our meeting? Or 3 weeks? Yes. With a very energetic CCMD lead in the district. We have, however, agreed that we don't need just CCMDD champions. We want CCMDD teams. And when we did the review yesterday, all districts have appointed those teams. It's program managers, pharmacists. This is not just a pharmacy thing. I get colleagues. This is patient management. Program managers are part, pharmacists and all of them. But there's only one person who coordinates the rest of the team. That is progress. And with that, we are going to see significant progress. DKNT. We took notice of adherence club challenges. Because remember, if you register an adherence club, like Snell said, and it doesn't have enough patients, they don't count it. When I say you've decanted, but we would not count those patients here, because they don't register such adherence club. We know them, we know which ones, and we are dealing with them at program level. Agri colleagues, yes. Are you done?
Thank you, Grace. All right. Box, or Box, as I'm told it's actually pronounced, is a locker solution which we started with in Ekurhuleni. So So this presentation may have some names of things that you don't recognize. Alright, so Pellebox Ekurhuleni is open for business. We have 4 installed up to the end of last month. This week we're activating 6 more and 1 more next month. So what is Pellebox? So before I start, it's always nice if you start on a project and it's already been recognized and seen as a winner. So there's the engineer from a company called Technovera who designed and built Pellebox, receiving the Africa Prize from the Royal Academy of Engineering for Pellebox. It's an amazing system and we hope to bring it to your province soon. Alright, that's what a Pellebox looks like. So Pellebox consists of each of these green little boxes is a separate box that can open on its own. In the middle is an ATM screen with a touchpad that looks like your ABSA ATM, very much the same kind of thing. And then at the bottom, right below the screen, is a little barcode scanner. Alright, so who can tell me, we've got some facility managers here, right? Alright, so anyone, what is your average patient waiting time? Not all at the same time? How much? 3 hours. Oh wow. Alright, so we can all agree that 22 seconds patient waiting time is an improvement, right? Okay. That is our average patient waiting time. We start recording it when a patient approaches the Pellebox, when they type on the keypad to collect their medicine. So, how it works. We place the Pellebox at a facility. It's not inside the facility, it's outside so that the patients don't have to enter the facility itself when they collect. It's freestanding, and we prefer to put it at facilities that are 24 hours, obviously so that patients have access to it all the time. So, to fill this Pellebox, one of the things that we focused on is maybe a good experience for the staff as well as the patient. Obviously from Orum's side, if we try and promote something to you that takes you time to do and is slow and it doesn't always work, it's not going to be good for us. So it's all about the experience that the staff have when this Pellebox is full. So, to fill Pellebox, it's already preloaded with the patient's information. It's linked automatically to DSV. So the patient's information, only the patient's information, no clinical information, is on the Pellebox. So it expects patient's parcels. Alright, so when the box is received with all the patient medicine parcels for Pellebox, we take that box, we go to the Pellebox, it's a login, and to fill the Pellebox, you take your parcel with a barcode on it, you swipe it past the barcode scanner, one of the doors opens, put your parcel in the box, close it. When it closes, that triggers a message to the patient, and the message says, please Louis, come and collect your medicine parcel from this clinic. It's in the Pellebox, waiting for you. This is your collection date. Remember, we also want people to collect on their correct collection date. Otherwise, we end up with all those parcels. We've got to send them back. They end up in big black bags. Nobody wants to take charge of them. It's a mess. Alright, so the patient gets a message. They can then share that message with whoever is their registered collecting partner. So they just forward the message to someone else. Whoever the patient or whoever they've nominated come to collect from the Pellebox. All they need is that message that they received. There's a one-time PIN in it. So it's like an app. So all you do is you type in your cell phone number, say enter, type in your one-time PIN, and the box opens. You can retrieve your medication. It's really nice when you see, specifically the old people. It's not funny, but it's good to see the amazement sometimes on the faces when they put it in and the box opens and here's their medicine. They've hardly arrived at the facility and they already have their medicine. So when the medicine is taken out, the box is closed, it immediately triggers another message to the patient to say your medicine has been collected. So if Louis sends me to collect his medicine, he will know exactly when I've collected it. He will get a message to tell him your medicine has been collected. So that's just some information from Ekurhuleni, where we have initiated the Pillbox project. We hope if Mama Grace and everyone approves it for us, that we were planning on 3 for Bojanala, but I'm still hoping and holding out that they give me approval to put at least 1 in NMM and DKK as well. Alright, so as I said before, very important that the staff experience is good. So for a staff member to fill Pillbox from scratch, empty, nothing in there, takes less than 10 minutes. Because you just scan, put the parcel in, close the door. Scan, put the parcel. It's like that. Scan, put it in, close it. It really goes quickly. Then the patient's experience. We've done a lot of development work on Pillbox. For instance, with their messages, they would already get a little note to say, please, if your phone number changes, call this number to change your phone number. All kinds of messages like that can be included. We've got 3 or 4. Some of them promote that people visit the facility for healthcare. Anything can be included. Then we've already linked this Pillbox to sync. So what that means is if someone collects from Pillbox, when they take their parcel out, close the door, it automatically sends a message through Pillbox to sync to DSP. So that connection is recorded everywhere. Plus, Pillbox is automated. Remember, we have to follow our patients if they haven't collected for 2 days. So Pillbox automatically every day sends you an email to say, these parcels are in Pillbox, they're 2 days old, please contact the patients. There's something that I'm not 100% sure that I'm comfortable with, is that 59%. What that means is from all the patients that visit the facility to get a prescription, whether it's a new one or whether it's a rescript, 60% of them select Pillbox. So that's good. That shows that Pillbox is working. But yeah, on the other hand, if it's working so well, we'll have to expand on our Pillboxes soon. So Pillbox is built in a modular way. What that means, we've got 3 columns. This and the middle part and that part are all separate before they're put together. But the middle part, the computer inside, can handle another of these columns on each side. So we can expand it to 144 instead of 72 once we see that the Pillbox is being fully utilized. So very soon at our first clinics, we'll have to start making the Pillbox better. So I'm saying, yeah, sometimes success is going to cause a lot of work for me because I've got to manage that. Alright, and then the rest of the presentation is just about sync. So that's Pillbox. It's working in Ekurhuleni. It needs to be at high volume facilities because it is an expensive solution, but it's a solution that we found the facility staff, once they realize how much time it saves them, they don't have someone to be sitting waiting for patients to come and collect. The Pillbox is doing that. It's on duty 24/7, and the experience from the staff and the patients have been so great with Pillbox that we're rolling it out in Ekurhuleni. By next year this time we're going to have 25. So the video, where is it? I can show you the video. I have a little video on Pillbox that I can show if you guys give me a second.